Hey, what's up everybody, salut Bežigrad. Welcome in a new video, new country, 54 country, Slovenia. We're in the capital, Ljubljana, and I'm gonna stay here for a week, I guess. Things started a little bit hard, missed my flight yesterday, had some bruise from judo before you can see on my face. And yeah, I arrived Tuesday, but I don't have my bag, so I'm gonna get my own judo gi later, but everything's gonna be fine. Program here is gonna be judo with kids first here, then I'm gonna meet the national team later. There's competition, judo kata, judo, special judo for a person with handicap, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna film a little bit here, but that's not the main purpose. All right, so let's go to training. So you will see something not usual, because normally it's me that's filming the class, but that day we had Giga that was filming me. You will meet Giga very soon, as we're going to a very beautiful castle in Slovenia that you will see. There will be a lot of judo in that video, but I will not put too long every time. And stay till the end so you can see the national team. With this country today, and that's a project that's gonna last for 10 years. I've been coaching 54 country, 20 national team. So here you hold. Okay, just show them I'm here. Okay, so it's gonna be you that's gonna do that to me. I can, and I lock my legs. Here, I will give a big hug, one over, one under, and I roll him above. Okay? One, two, three. My butt really far away. He's not scared. He's staying in my back. And roll. And only here. What I'm gonna do, I keep the log very strong here. I hold the leg, turn here, boom. Don't run away. 30 seconds. No squats, 50 push-ups. Yes. 20 seconds. Good. Okay, Mate. Giro. Aka. Okay, now I go fast. Aka. Giro. Ich, Giro. The next day I was in the same dojo, but this time with a group with special need. Slovenia is very well developed in adapted judo, and you will see there will also be another class after. So it will be a little bit of this special need class before I bring you to the castle. Yes. Here, touch. This touch. Okay, here, 1 point. Okay. Okay, so actually it's my second day, or yes, second day here, and I already did some judo, so everything going very fine, and we are in a special place here, which I don't know the name actually, so I will give you someone to explain you. Training yesterday was, well, as I told you, kids, and this morning we had some special needs judo, which is always interesting to adapt. And I've seen how they were working also. Alright, so I'm with Giga that helped me to organize everything here, so thank you very much to him. He will quickly introduce himself and he will talk about that special place over here. So,
hi, I'm Giga. I work for the Slovenian Federation. I'm also a judoka and a judo coach, and I'm very happy that I'm able to host Julien this week here in Slovenia. Mostly we are and will be in Ljubljana, but also some other places, like besides this beautiful castle, it's the so-called Predjama castle, and it's actually the largest castle in the world that is built directly into the mountain, directly into the rocky wall. I think it's also in the Guinness Book of Records because of that. And as you can see, because of how beautiful it is and how special it is, built right into the Rocky Mountain, it was featured in many movies and series. I think Jackie Chan used it for one of his movies. It featured in a series, The Witcher, popular series, and also I think George R.R. Martin visited it more than a decade ago, and it was supposed to be included into the Game of Thrones, but in the end it was not, unfortunately. But maybe he got some inspiration for some of his books. It's like I said, it's the Predjama castle, and it was named after the builder, the owner, whose name was Erasmus of Predjama, or Erasmus Luger, who actually passed away at this castle as well. And it's a funny story of how he actually passed away, because he was besieged here by the army of Emperor Habsburg III, and they wanted first to just wait for him here and to starve him out. But they didn't know that behind the castle there is a system of caves through which Razan got all the food and everything else he needed from the nearby villages here. So when they learned of this, they had to change the plan of how to defeat him. So they basically bribed one of his servants so that he told them what the weakest part of the castle was. And the weakest part of the castle was actually the castle's toilet, which was right there on at the end. You see the tiny little house. I hope
yes.
I'm pointing at the correct spot.
Yeah.
So the toilet. So when Erasmus went to his own toilet at his own castle one late evening, the bride servant has lit up the candle and placed it at the toilet's window to mark that Erasmus is sitting in there doing his big need. And Frederick's soldiers got the cannons as close as possible as they could to the castle, and they cannoned just the toilet part of the castle while Erasmus was sitting inside of it. So he passed away at his own castle, and you can still see some of those big cannonballs just next to the former toilet where he passed away. So very interesting to see.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you very much for explaining. Would be good if I had more people like you in the videos, because actually it's very interesting. We'll not visit the castle because it's closing soon and we need to go get some food and still have some things to do. I don't think you can see on the video because of the shutter speed, but it's actually snowing, which is quite beautiful.
Maybe you can see it on me.
Yes,
covered
you
a
can
little
see
in
here,
snow,
here. After that, tomorrow we're going to a competition. What's the competition?
The first Slovenian Judo League.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the last round of the regular season, so tomorrow it will be decided which 4 teams go to the final 4 of the league.
All right. So we're going to see this and then some more training in the next days, and that will be pretty much it. So we'll walk around a little bit and show you, and then you will see fully judo. What's the name of the soup?
It's mushroom soup.
Mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mushroom soup.
And we can make quickly talk now, so after it's done, what we're gonna eat after.
I will tell you after, when I can describe the plate, because I forgot already.
All right. Okay, so what do we got?
So time for the main course. I have pork ribs that were baked in coal over potato and some vegetables, and you have veal that was also baked in coal over potato and vegetables, alongside, of course, with some Slovene red wine. And you can see here to my left where the dishes were baked in. So enjoy.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, another day, and we're at the competition actually that Jiga was talking about yesterday. So people are just warming up right now, and I will show you a little bit of the action. Will be quite quick competition because there is it's a four teams day, so I think it's gonna take something like 2-3 hours, and look good, some international names, so it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so I cut a little bit this part of the training. Now I bring you in another club called Judo Sokol Ljubljana. And so this club have some specialty in Special Needs Judo, and you will see actually the teachers that are going to introduce themselves, introduce a little bit the group, and then we're going to have fun with them. I already had the session with them, like lovely group, everything went fine. And I think you're going to love the accent of Gaston that have a mix of French and Slovenian accent, so it's quite something. All right, so let's go to Judo now.
Okay, so my name is Gaston. I come from French Polynesia, and I'm a judo teacher here in Judo Club Sokol. And today we had an adapted judo group, so a group of around 10 adults that has intellectual disabilities. They come and train together twice a week on Tuesday and Thursdays for 1 hour 30. We try to have a training that is quite global. We do judo, of course, but we also do a bit of fitness at the beginning and some games.
Hello, I'm Tina. I'm also a judo coach here in our club, and I work with Gaston with special needs groups, and I work also with kids, young kids. Here in Slovenia, we have around 8 clubs with special needs. Most of them do regular judo and also with special needs, but there is one club who does only special needs, but they will now join another club, so they will be together. In Judo Zvezda Slovenia, we have like a commission of adaptive judo. It's 3 members. They get elected like everybody else in the Judo Federation. Their job is to organize judo events, training camps, to invite other coaches to train with us, or organize training camps for other coaches who want to learn how to do adaptive judo. We also organize group trainings every few weeks, maybe once a month. And all of the judoka from Slovenia, they all come together and train together for 1 weekend. This is like a regular thing, and I think the kids really enjoy it. But we try to go to a different club every time, but it doesn't work always because Ljubljana is still the center of Slovenia and everybody likes to come here because it's the closest for everyone. No, for special needs, right now it's still the same as everybody else. You need to pass your coaching license for level 1 and 2, but there's always like different courses you can take in different, like with Special Olympics, or we organize, like the commission organizes some seminars, and we try to teach other coaches how to work with them, how to teach them, just to like learn the acceptance, empathy, cooperation, things like that. But I think in the future we will try to make a special class or a license for coaches who are already coaches, but just to upgrade to a special needs coach. I started, like I was kind of pushed into this. It was not my choice, but I said, okay, fine, let's try also this. It's something new, something different, and we'll see how it goes from this. And now it's 8 years later, and I'm still doing this. And it's fun, it's really good. We travel all over Europe. We have fun on the trainings, we have fun in the training camps, so I really like it. And the guys are awesome. But I teach also young kids from 3 years old. But sometimes, maybe when someone else cannot, I do also the adult class, or I do the competitive class, but mainly I do the kids or adaptive judo for now, so we'll see what the future holds.
So from French Polynesia, I moved first to France, to Orléans, where also for judo, to train judo, and I started to study sport faculty there, and especially the field of adapted sport. I liked quite a lot the course at the sport faculty of adapted sport, and in the judo club where I was in Orléans, USO, there were a program of adapted judo, and I did a first internship there. I had a coach, Cyril Pages, who unfortunately passed away a year ago. That was the coach of the Paralympic team, and he was often bringing a judoka from the Paralympic team to Orléans. So I had also a bit of experience with para judo as a uke, as a partner, which was always very great. And from this, I moved to Portugal to do Erasmus during my bachelor, and I stayed there to do my master degree. And same, it was a master degree in adapted physical activity, adapted sport, so I continued in this area. And at the end of my master degree, I did an Erasmus here in Judo Club Sokol in Ljubljana. I was really happy to find a club that is so focused on adapted judo and inclusion, etc. So therefore, I was happy when they asked me if I wanted to stay longer. So I stayed. One of the goals that we have inside the club, it's to turn more and more to a more like inclusive perspective. Like today you saw a class of adapted judo, so it's only athletes with disabilities that train together basically. But you came yesterday to the class as well, and it was a mainstream group with some athletes with special needs inside the class. And it's something that we started to do like maybe, 3 years ago. It works good, and I think it's beneficial for everybody. The athletes included have bigger progress, and it's also nice for the athletes that don't have special needs, like they're gaining more soft skills and everything. Maybe the perspective for the future for the club and in general judo, like to turn more to a real inclusive perspective.
So finally, we come to one of the most interesting parts of the video, with that specialized group with highly skilled teachers. So I will not put too much because we already had a lot of judo, but I really enjoyed this session. And just after that, some mixed group with the national team and club team. Thank you very much for watching that video. As you know, this was the last country of the season 4, which make the number of 54 countries in 4 years. Now I'm trying to fund the season 5, so the monthly donation at the moment is something like €750. if you want to help me, you can participate with that with only €1, or you can also join the emergency fund for the season 5. I tried to get at least €1,000, and there is only €200 missing. At the moment we have €800, so thank you very much for those that participated. I will put both links below, and feel free to contact me if you want me either to come to your country if I didn't come, or to come back. I also do that this year. Thank you very much, and see you on the next one. Next one might be in France.
Zdaj moraš povedati najprej, kaj boš zdaj naredil. A ga boš vrgel?
Ja, bom ja.
Kjer met? Ajde, vrži, pokaži. Še, boke, še. Ej. To. O, bravo.
The last part, as I said, is some of the national team and the club, but actually there is a special guest at this class because I've been contacted by him just before going. Another fellow nomad, so friends that you've maybe seen on the IGF website because was an article about him, is a young man that going to 1000 dojo all by bicycle, and he's already did quite a lot. So I will put his contact, and feel free to contact him also. We have interesting story, and thank you very much for visiting me. It's well appreciated.
Contigo, Panamá vieja, junto a mamá.